This is KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications. This is KHQA. It's your news now.
Well, tip-top of the evening, everybody, and welcome to Overtime. Really can't start a show without saying it that way, but either way, welcome into the show, and thanks for staying up with us here on your Easter Eve. Very interesting Saturday. The rain showers threatened, but did no damage to today's schedule, meaning we've got a lot of baseball and softball, both at the prep and college levels. Also, KU tennis looking to make a dent in conference play against the very tough Drury at home. Later in the show, we announced the winner of our Con Communications Connection of the Month, both the top play and the winning voter from ConnectTriStates.com. Somebody in the Tri-States going to win a nice prize package. That coming up later. And last but not least, a look at some of the national stories from the majors. And it gets interesting at Augusta with day 3 of the Masters. But we start at Flynn Stadium, where the Blue Devils soccer team was hoping to forget about 2 losses earlier this week. First it was Q&D, then Jefferson City, and didn't get any easier with conference rival and despised rival Moline in town this afternoon. It was what you would expect, very physical and very close all the way through. Let's take you to the highlights in this one. Second half scoreless, very tense game. The Devils getting pretty decent looks. That was Kaylee Kuhlman there. She strikes one wide. Devils just couldn't crack the scoreboard. Later, it's Kayla Bunch. She's going to chip it in. The defense counters, but then Bunch all alone. There's the keeper to make the save there. How about a free kick from the specialist, Mia McNay? Usually gets it pretty close, but this time just a little bit too much air underneath of it. Devils still frustrated. Can't get that goal to go by. They keep trying. Shot from way out on goal, but still close, but not quite. They play a little defense too, though. Moline streaking in. Shot punched wide by Alex Boyd here towards the post. Very nicely there. Time running out. Here's a Moline free kick with just a couple of minutes left. Close, but Boyd is going to make the save safely into her arms. That sends us into overtime. 5 minutes in. Watch how this play develops. That's Kuhlman going down. She's going to get it back and create all on her own. And folks, I don't care who you root for or who you are. This is an absolute heartbreaker. Kuhlman rolls it and off the keeper's hands and in. QHS gets the win. But hey, that's what happens. Sometimes put it on net, make something happen. Check it out one more time. Here's Kuhlman rolling it in, maybe deflected by the keeper or the defender there. It goes in. Very tough way to end it for Moline, but a big conference win for the Blue Devils in this one. As you saw just a moment ago, that was the golden goal. Devils win it 1-0. Let's go ahead and take a look at one score from today outside of baseball and softball at the Rich Woods Invite. QHS boys take 6th place as a team. The doubles team of Daniel Hayashi and Jack O'Connor take 3rd place in number 1 doubles. So those guys really playing well this season. Let's go ahead and take a look at QHS and Alleman softball. That's Mariah Hoke on the mound against Alleman, game 1 of a Western Big Six doubleheader. Second inning here, she's going to get the K with a check swing. You know the batter's very fooled when she goes through with a check swing. Really can't decide whether to swing or not there, but Alleman had a huge day at the plate. A lot of runners on and just kept putting the ball in play, putting it in the right spot. They plated a lot of runs. They scored 11 runs early in this one, so QHS trying to get back into the game. That's Hope. Drawing a walk brings in Alexis Eichel-Schulte. She's going to get a good cut on this one, but the Devils really just couldn't seem to find any grass or dirt or anything to get the ball through. Just a line out there. Alleman takes this one, game 1, 12-2, and it wasn't much better in game 2 for the Blue Devils as they drop 2 to Alleman today in Western Big Six action. 11-2. The Pioneers very strong today in Quincy. Let's go ahead and give you some other scores from the area today. First, we'll start off with softball at the West Hancock cluster. West Hancock starts today with a win over South Fulton, 13-0. Allison DeWald gets the pitching win there, a shutout, very nicely done. Other games from the cluster, Unity falls to West Hancock as well. Dooley gets the win and 11 strikeouts, 18-2 in that game. And then South Fulton and Unity squared off. South Fulton ends the day with a 7-1 win there. Other softball scores, Pittsfield, six runs against North Green's 7. This one went to 8 innings. A late grand slam by North Green actually got them back in this game in the 6th inning, and they would go on to win it. North Green also a second one against Pittsfield, game 2 of a doubleheader. Pittsfield gets revenge. They double up 10-5 in that game. How about Illini West and Brown County? Chargers get the 3-run win. A lot of offense in this one, 10-7. Moving on, we've got Central Southeastern, a pair against Western High School. First, it was 12-4. Game 2, A little more close. It was 4-3 in that one. And Payson Seymour against Alton Marquette. Cheyenne Bowman very strong on the hill, but 11 strikeouts, not enough. Marquette pushes across that one run, and they would get the win 1-0. Tough day for Payson Seymour there. How about some baseball scores? QD against Alton themselves, 11-1 in that first game, and had a second game against Carrollton. They double up on them, 4-2 in that one. QHS baseball also going against Alleman, just like softball, Western Big Six. And they're just good in both sports there. 9-2 over the Devils and 8-1. Tough day for the Blue Devils against the Pioneers, certainly. Brown County over Illini West. That game was 11-8. Pleasant Hill gets Unity 13-9. How about a pair from Griggsville and West Hancock? You know these two teams would match up very well. Game one goes to the Titans 13-6, but Griggsville answers back. A nice 6-4 win to cap it off there. Liberty against Route 10-7 as Kobe Brown gets the complete game. Very nicely done on the hill for him. Eagles win this one, as I mentioned, 10-7. Moving on, we've got Payson Seymour and Alton Marquette, 8-4. And South Fulton against Lewiston. This game, a battle of strikeouts. Lewiston gets it 3-2, but you can see there Blickenstaff and Simpson each with 6 strikeouts. But South Fulton answers back 6-5 in that second game there with a win over Lewiston. And one more note to give you, it was a college signing today in Macomb. Alexa Marr, she signed tonight with Carl Sandburg College. She will move on to play volleyball in 2012 and 2013. Good day for her, as always is when there's a college signing. So congratulations to Alexa and best of luck playing volleyball at the next level. When we come back, the people have spoken for the month of March. We'll unveil our Con Communications connection as voted on by you and reveal our big winner from the polls. Stay tuned.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
And welcome back once again to Overtime. Now it's time for something you've waited an entire month for, our Con Communications Connection of the Month. Now, all during March, we highlighted 5 top plays, one from each week, and left the voting to you on ConnectTriStates.com. It was up to our faithful viewers to pick the favorite, and by voting, remember, you became eligible to win a great prize package from our friends at Con Communications. Well, the results are in. The winner from a pool of Garrett Serban, Jessica Grimes, Tori Kuhn, Aaron Edwards, and Kate Herder is, as we take a look, it's Garrett Serban all the way back from week 1. Remember, the big man playing a little bit of point guard. The nice spin there, and he ends up with an assist on the play. Oh boy, I already miss basketball season looking at plays like this. Take one more look. Garrett Serban very nicely picks the ball off on the inside, gets that spin, and really, this play had some sticking power. He introduced it first week of March, and it wins the polls. Very nicely done by Canton's Garrett Serban. So now, time to pick the winner just by going online and voting. Our winner from the month is Tim Serban. Completely random, but hey, good for him. He goes on and votes, gets the win there. And remember, he's taking home a prize package from Con Communications just for going online and voting for Garrett to win that one. So congratulations to Tim. Remember, we have 5 more of these things coming this month. So with March out of the way, it's time to unveil our first week of April. And we go back to a very good game that we saw on the soccer field by revisiting a classic crosstown matchup between QHS and QND. Let's go to the highlights. Here's your week 1 connection for April. Cassidy Foley puts it on goal, and Jordan Frerick scores the only goal in this game to give QND the win 1-0 over QHS. Oh, this was a great game to watch. Cassidy Foley, one more look at it. She's going to dribble in, and the options and the chances in this game were very limited, but Jordan Frerick pounces on the loose ball, puts it in. QND wins another in the crosstown rivalry. That is your candidate for week 1. So now, here's the steps one more time if you'd like to participate. Here's how to vote for our Con Connection of the month. You log on to ConnectTriStates.com, you view the plays, vote for your favorite, and remember, just by voting, you become eligible to win a prize package just like Tim Serban did for the month of March. So good luck to everybody in April. Congratulations again to Garrett and Tim, and we will see you a month from now to announce our next winner. Let's go ahead and take a look at some college baseball action from today. QU and Missouri S&T, second consecutive day playing a doubleheader. Let's go with Hawks on the hill. Big strikeout here with a couple of minors on the bags. They're going to get a little bit of defense, but unfortunately a pass ball allowed a run to score. But Robson's going to get the pitcher's pitch in the outside corner there. 2-1 Hawks. They're going to play a little offense now. Here's Broughton driving in 2 runs with a double at the base of the wall. A little bit more this one would have gotten out, but even still, 2 runs score, and it's 4-1 Hawks. Top 3, Miners putting more runners aboard. 2 outs though. Robson goes even further outside, just freezes the batter, pitcher's pitch, and he gets the call right there. Nice strikeout looking. Hawks with a little more offense. Here's a walk to Gordy Gundaker. That's going to load the bases for the Hawks, and then we're going to see a ground out here up the line, and really, whatever it takes to score the run. The only play is the 3 unassisted there. That would score Curran Collins from third base. The Hawks adding on. Then how about Drake Austin? He was plunked earlier in the day, so he got back at the pitcher here. Just punches one out behind shortstop. Brings 2 more home. Hawks win game 1 11-9. A good win for them after being swept by Missouri S&T yesterday. But in game 2, Missouri S&T rallies back. Remember, they're nationally ranked. They're a very strong program. They rally back and win it 2-0 in that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at Culver Stockton baseball playing a doubleheader. Here's game 2 against Baker. It's Scott Marshall pitching. Baker leading by a run, and Baker's just finding gaps. They're going to go back to the wall here. A run scores to make it 5-3. So Marshall trying to pitch out of the jam, and Baker would just continue to add on. Remember, it was only a pitcher's duel in the first game, as we'll show you in a minute, but Baker flying out, and a nice catch there in left field to keep a guy off of base, but a sac fly does make it 6-3 Baker, heading to the bottom of the 7th. Wildcats, though, starting a rally. There's Michael Pena with a chop single. That puts 2 on base, and after a run scored, here's a Gene Nanny grounder to third, and cue the Benny Hill music. Everybody's on the run. Run's going to come home to score. Yakety sacks all the way home. Wildcats getting a little bit closer, so they would intentionally pass Thomas Dixon to load the bases. They're gambling a little bit. Remember, the winning run standing on second base, but Zach Gottman strikeout looking. That's a tough pitch to take right there, but a strikeout for the second out, and then Jose Salas is going to fly out. Looked like it could have been a little flare single, but Culver Stockton unfortunately falls in game 2. 6-5, and then Baker got him in game 1 as well, a pitcher's duel. That one was 1-0. We'll go ahead and take a look at a couple more college scores for you. A lot of baseball and softball action. We start off with Western Illinois baseball and Southern Utah. Dustin Hunter, 6 innings pitched, only 2 runs allowed, but Western falls 4-1 to Southern Utah. And then game 2 of a doubleheader, it was Southern Utah once again 5-4. Nick Smith, though, matches a season high 13 strikeouts, or actually he pitches his own season high, I should say. 13 strikeouts on the mound today for the Leathernecks. Southern Utah, though, wins this one 5-4. How about some NAIA baseball? Hannibal LaGrange playing a pair against Park University. Park takes game 1 9-3 and then edges Hannibal LaGrange in game 2 5-4. How about some NCAA softball action? North Dakota State and Western Illinois hooking up. Western Illinois 6-1. They now lead the Summit League. A nice win over North Dakota State there, 6-1 at home. How about a doubleheader for Quincy University softball over William Jewell? Losing to William Jewell 4-3 in game 1, but then getting revenge in game 2. That score 3-2 your final. How about the Iowa Wesleyan tournament for NAIA softball? Hannibal LaGrange plays 3 games today. They are all over Harris Stowe in game 1, 19-6. Moving on against St. Ambrose, they triumphed once again 6-2. But then William Penn, a lot of good pitching in this one. It was 11-0 to cap off Hannibal LaGrange's day on the diamond. Well, that's going to do it for college baseball and softball scores. When we come back, QU tennis at home in conference play. How would they fare? That's after the break. And welcome back to the show, everyone. We stay in the college ranks at Quincy University as the Hawks hosted Drury on the tennis courts in a GLVC matchup this morning at Reservoir Park. Now, both the men's and women's teams were looking to pick up a quality conference victory, but keep this in mind, Drury is very tough every year. But maybe home court is what the Hawks needed. Let's take you to the highlights. QND former Raider Ian Hinkamper there in gold at #1 singles. Take a look here. He's just going to rip a cross-court backhand for the winner. Nice there. And let's catch up with a former Blue Devil. How about Samantha Halfpap in the white receiving this serve? And this match at #5 singles, it was just full of long rallies. Halfpap is just going to try and set up in the corner. Both players playing the baselines very well. As I mentioned, one of several long points. You see she kind of buries one in the corner there, comes to the net, but then her opponent's going to kind of get her off balance here. Overhead, that one goes down. But finally, this point, comes to an end. Hap-Hap gets the win on the point there. A lot of endurance shown in this match between Hap-Hap and her opponent. How about number 1 doubles? It's Hinckamper again and Lane Luring. Luring, a very good day at the net. He drills one there for the win right at the knees of his opponent. This time it's Drury on serve. Hinckamper's going to return. All 4 crash into the net. Luring puts another one away. Unfortunately, though, all 3 of these matches I showed you, they were all losses for QU. Drury came to town and was very, very strong. The men's score, as we go to it, a 9-0 win for the Drury men over Quincy, and more of the same for the women's side of things. Drury takes it 9-0, so they get 2 sweeps here in Quincy and GLVC play, but plenty of conference play remaining for the QU Hawks.